And now this is the last panel of the night or the afternoon. And it's very appropriate because it's NFT art and communities around the world. Please welcome to the stage Dennis Peqas, Donglee Han, and NFT Art PR.
Does it work? Does it work?
Yes.
Yeah? All right.
Very good.
Probando.
Okay, so hello. We're here to talk about art and community, and my name is Donglee from Korean NFT, founder and CEO of Korean NFT, running the community, and also doing a lot of events, curating a lot of exhibitions to spotlight artists in Korea. And Dennis?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Dennis Peqas. I'm from Berlin, born in Berlin. I'm running the NFT Club.Berlin. It's the largest NFT community in Germany, and we have about 2,000 members. We're making regular meetups, exhibitions, and teaching our community.
Hello, everybody. How are you today? Yeah, it's the last session right now. My name is Shervan from NFT Art PR. I'm from Puerto Rico. So we are like a social platform. We make art exhibitions, also entrepreneurship and cultural experiences. So you're more than welcome if you go to Puerto Rico.
So yes, I want to ask a little bit more about your community and how it all started as well. So Dennis, if you want to go first.
Okay, all right. Yeah, in November, I started the, I would say, very first NFT meetup in whole Berlin because there was no NFT scene. So it was the first meetup I started there. We started with 10 people who joined this meetup. And then I decided, okay, let's make every second week a new meetup. And so now our meetups are growing up to 50, up to 150 people. Members every week, not every week, every second week. And yeah, so it started. And now we're making, as I said, cool exhibitions. Last time we made a cool exhibition where where there was a queue and the people wanted to get in and can't enter because there was so much interest. Yeah. The general scene in Berlin is rising. It's a rising scene. We have a lot of artists there, and yeah, it's a great time we have, and we're still growing. And yeah, I would give my word to share.
Very nice. So we start on January, our first event. Usually we used to do it every Thursday. It was called Digital Thursday. Now we're just gonna start again on August, and it's gonna be only once a month. So if you check us out, you will see all the calendars. We have done from January to May, we have done like 10 events. We have worked with 50 talents from Puerto Rico in our platforms. There are some of them, so you can check them out. And we're happy to collaborate with other projects from Latin America or maybe from the States. We're open to collaborate.
And in Korea, we actually one of our first NFT events that we held was 2021, so last year in April. We did a metaverse exhibition with over 80 artists participating, and that was one of the first events that we held, spotlighting artists, inviting a lot of people from outside communities to join. So I think there is a lot of events that are going on in both all of our communities and regionally and also globally, and also on Metaverse now that we are in this digital world. So I wanted to hear about what kind of events that you guys recently had in your community. For Dennis.
Yeah. Recently, we celebrate our 6 months birthday at NFT Club Berlin. It was at House of Music. It was very cool. And yeah, we're making so many events, so I can't really remember what it was. So I think the very last meetup was in a beer garden, and therefore exhibition. And we also made a very cool meetup during the maybe who of you know Bright Moments? It's okay. But yeah, the Bright Moments made a very, very big exhibition at a very, very big venue in Berlin, and it was quite amazing. And we made, during this exhibition, an own meetup there, and it was, yeah, amazing. And this was the last recent, I would say, yeah, meetups, events.
So thank you. That's very nice. So our events in Puerto Rico, we have done it by theme. The last one, it was like space theme. And the one that I really liked, it was on February. It was like a woman power, you know? Women are empowering right now in this community. Yeah. So it was very fun, and I always combine it with like real art, also with music, maybe some tattoos. So I want to get all that kind of artists to get together to the Web3. That's our mission, help this movement grow. And yeah, you know, Puerto Rico, we have a lot of talents. I don't know, have you heard about reggaeton theme, salsa, Bad Bunny? So.
Kind of like Puerto Rico, Korea has a lot of talents too. So we had, recently we had an event, I actually have the book with me right now, but we just had an event called High NFT on Monday of the NFT.NYC, and then we invited all of the artists, 12 artists to, you know, be on the book, so I could take them with me to America and show it to the bigger crowd. And yes, and so that was the biggest event that we had recently. And then in Korea, I think there was a lot of events going on actually in Korea that are building up. So I know there was Hello NFT conference, and then there was Art Token conference that are talking a lot about, you know, what to do in the space, and you know, what is exactly the NFT, and like what's the future of it. And so those are some of the events that were going on in Korea and also here in NFT.NYC. Awesome. So my next question was for specifically for Berlin, if there was an event that was that you most enjoyed and that was your favorite.
Yeah, also here, as I said, the meetup in the Bright Moments exhibition, but to be honest, my favorite one was our very first exhibition, because we made the very first NFT exhibition also during a rave in Berlin, and it was very cool because the people danced next to the NFTs, and yeah, we exhibited artworks from local artists and also collectibles like Invisible Friends, and the collectors love to be in front of their NFT, and then they shared it via Twitter, and Invisible Friends retweeted it 2 times, and this was very, very cool, because we were some kind of the first in Germany who made these bigger NFT exhibition, and the people also loved it, and the artist, yeah.
Fantastic. How about you, Cher? Was there any specific favorite events that you've been to recently?
So actually in Puerto Rico, there have been a lot of projects. Like right now, we started, but it's happening a lot, like it's opening doors. Right now, I went to an event of Latino Wall Street the other day, and it was pretty nice. It wasn't mine, but I was invited as a moderator, and I think like the community is getting so strong, and we're always like learning new stuff. Like, you know, this is about learning every day and just creating and getting inspiration, inspire other people to take advantage of what they have in their hands. You know, some artists, I have always said myself, like, art is everything. If you make art, you can do whatever you want. You just have to be first organize, and then just have like a little bigger mentality, like what you're heading up to. But some people think they will need like a manager or something. You don't really need, yeah, you need to build something. You need to build community. You have to just express yourself and make action, you know? If you just think about it, you will never do it. So, yeah, let's cheer on that.
Yes. Yes. And I think in Korea, I think one of the events that I actually went to, not in Korea, but actually here, was there was an exhibition for all of the artists who I think they submitted their works, and it was actually not just in Korea, it was Asia overall, and I thought that was very special to highlight all the artists from Asia in the New York, the big city full of art, and so that was really amazing to see. And in a general sense, I saw a couple of events that are very exciting because instead of just doing a digital display, they did the full experience of like even walking into the entrance was like a full experience of going into this whole space filled with art. And so those kind of experiences I think are very special to these kind of physical events. So I'm looking forward to see more in the future, and after all of this conference is done, I'm ready to go out and just explore all of the exhibitions and events that people put their hard work into. So I'm very excited for that. My next question for everyone too, because we lead communities, and I want to ask what you think is the role of your community, and how do we better build it for the betterment of the artists and for their benefit? Maybe Sherry, you want to go first?
So I think my role in the community is just like I'm a bridge, trying to connect everybody. Yes, I have other projects on the side. I have another project called Funky Pugs, but still, I just want to help people first, and then I will help myself. But I'm really excited what is happening in all world. And this is giving a lot of opportunity to a lot of people, different countries, and that's a very special thing. Like, you just need a little knowledge, and then you can just make it happen.
To be honest, I forgot to give a question.
So the question is role of your community, and what will you do to kind of support artists for the future?
Yeah. All of my community, not my community, the community we built in Berlin. It's currently very art focused, so we want to help all the artists. So with the exhibitions, online exhibitions, I have also some stories from artists. I talked with them since November, and now they selling their art, their NFT art, and it's very cool to see because we also help them to sell their art, and it's very cool to see. And in the future, I think we want to teach more, we want to help them more, we want to grow. We not only want to focus only on art, we also want to focus also on music. In some way, music is also art, I would say.
Thank you, Dennis. I think for me, the role of the community for me is it's a platform, it's an open space for all of the artists and collectors and builders to reach each other, meet, and be able to connect. And also, I think it's powerful because it empowers individuals to be more involved and be able to market themselves if they wanted to, at least by putting their artwork up there, having more eyes on it. And then for it also does a purpose of curation and also education as well. And so I think in the beginning, the community the role was for talking about, communicating about their work, and then also getting information. Whereas now, I think the community itself exploded a lot, and there's so much micro communities that are building. And so I think now it's more about individuals becoming more stronger and developing themselves to kind of putting their own value into the community. So I think still community is very important, I think, to be part of and to be active, but it's also very like individual thing as well, where you need to kind of keep building on yourself in order to kind of support each other within the community. So I think that's the role of the community, and I think that's where it's headed to versus in the beginning. So yes.
I want to add something. That's a good point. As we started also at one big community, we are a big community, but now there are also a lot of very small communities. And our next idea is that we want to help all these local small communities. And for example, we're making an event, it's called, it's Free for All in Berlin. It's called Web3 All-Stars, and there we invite all NFT communities, Web3 communities, then they come together, and so we connect complete Berlin, and this helps the whole scene and Berlin. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. My next question for you, Sher, first, is what does the Web3 ecosystem in your region does not have right now?
So that's a really nice question, actually. I think we need more education. Like, it's not only us taking advantage. I think also about our generation. Like, I have like a foundation also. I'm planning to also go to schools, educate kids, and give them books. You know, I know here in the States they're already doing that, but in Puerto Rico we just gonna start doing that, and it's our future. You know, in Puerto Rico usually they say like we are 20 years, like we are not that, you know, in that much technology like you guys, but we are getting there, you know. We are starting, but it's gonna get really, really good. So that's what we need, education, and not only in Puerto Rico, in few places. Maybe people, they don't have that much money to get computer or that kind of access, but we are here to help and grow together. That's it. We just need to learn, create, and inspire.
Yeah. At our community, and I would say in general in Berlin, we have super many and good artists, but I would say we have not so much collectors, like for example in NYC. And we also want to now focus more on focusing on collectors, that we teach collectors, that we help them, that we tell you what you can do right and wrong. Yeah, that's definitely one thing. On the collector part is not so big currently in Berlin, but we have super many and good artists, and that's a big positive point for Berlin. And yeah, the collector thing is the main part.
Yes, I think more space for the collectors is definitely big, I think, globally. And so even for the collectors, I think we need some education to kind of tell them there's other things, and just like, you know, although we love PFP projects, there are a lot of other NFTs that are very, very valuable and very intuitive. So I think it's really good to onboard more collectors as well as artists, I think, for each of our communities. So my next question is, I need to double check. Oh, actually, I need to answer first. Sorry, it's like moderating and back and forth. So for Korea, I think the Web3 ecosystem that we are, something that are lacking in there is, I think there is still limited information in Korea because of the language barrier. And so that's one of the things that I'm trying my best to kind of, do translations and interpret a lot of information back into Korea. So a lot of the things, many times the media does the most of the work in kind of showing what is NFT and very limited information to the audience, to the collectors and the artists. And so I think we need more openness. We need more accessibility to the information and education. And I've seen so much positive things happen recently that, there are more collectors being in the space, educating and kind of providing more value to what they're looking forward and what they see in different communities, like in America or in Europe, that they find interesting, that maybe we could kind of utilize back in Korea. So I see now the borders are kind of breaking up a little bit more. So I think those are kind of the positive things that we're headed to. So very excited for that.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question is, how do people find you or your community? So share if anyone wants to join or connect with you or your community in Puerto Rico, how do they get in touch with?
Actually, I'll be happy if you just follow us. We're gonna have an NFT giveaway, so you better follow us. NFT Art PR, and also we have our platform is NFTRPR.net. And the giveaway is gonna be our 3D version of our logo. It's gonna be for free, just you to join. And we also gonna have an event in Brooklyn. We're gonna have an exhibition. Maybe you can go. It's gonna be near Tonitas. So yeah, just check it out.
NFT Club is easy to find. NFTclub.Berlin. Or you Google it, Berlin Community or whatever. I think we are on place 1. And maybe about the upcoming exhibition events or
Yeah.
Okay. What we are planning next? We have our Web3 All Stars event. There we will, I think, up to 500 or 1,000 people, where we connect all the NFT scene in Berlin. And also I'm planning some kind of a very, very huge NFT exhibition. It will be the biggest NFT exhibition in Europe. And there we will display a whole building, and there will be displayed over 500 NFTs, 10-day exhibition where a lot of NFT communities come together, and very excited.
Actually, for that, if there's an artist who wants to participate, is it already closed or is it still open to participate?
From other countries.
Yes, from other countries.
It's open for everyone. So currently, the application is not open yet, but I already have a lot of requests. Also, you can apply your Bored Ape or your collectible or your art. It's open soon. If you want, you can contact me via Twitter or Instagram or on our club page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So if there's an artist out here who wants to join this biggest exhibition that will be happening in Europe, so contact NFTclub.Berlin also works, right? And so that, and then follow him on his socials to get in contact with. And for Korean NFT, I think on Twitter, we are, our handle is Korean NFT. We have KoreanNFT.com. And then we have a Discord that's very active, so join there. And then also for me, it's Donglee Han for everything. So DONGLEHAN on Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, so everything like that. So, follow us if you want to have contact with the artist in Korea, or plan fun events together. And
So in that part, I forgot to say, in our platform, we add a new section that says NFT projects. You can check it out. If you want to have contact with the artists, you can just go and have your own contact with themselves. Also, we're going to start a collection for the next season of the events. It's going to be once a month to August to December. So the collection is going to be like for the access, like a membership, and it's gonna have some benefits also. It's gonna have like 5 different benefits. So you're all welcome to go to Puerto Rico.
Thank you so much. I think we kind of explore about the art and community in Korea, Berlin, and also in Puerto Rico. So thank you so much for being here with me, talking about our regional community and the importance of the art and community and how to evolve for the future. So thank you again, and thank you to everybody who was listening.
Thank you.
And have a good time here in New York. Get drunken today, and it's the last talk, the last panel. Yes. So enjoy the time here.
Yes.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, everyone.